Welcome to Jeune Mali, the channel that offers a professional and in-depth perspective on global issues. Here, we commit to deciphering humanitarian crises and critical situations impacting our planet by highlighting the facts and calling for collective action. At the heart of a deadly conflict, the Democratic Republic of Congo is today the scene of a dramatic escalation of violence. Particularly directed against children over the past month, reports of grave violations have multiplied, turning the lives of thousands of young people into a veritable nightmare. This presentation aims to detail this crisis based on alarming data and testimonies that reveal an unsustainable reality. Recent figures are staggering. Sexual violence has increased by more than 2.5 times. Kidnappings have multiplied by 6. Murders and maiming have multiplied by 7. Attacks on schools and hospitals have multiplied by 12. Jean-François Bass, acting UNICEF representative in the DRC. We strongly call on all parties to the conflict to put an immediate end to these grave and appalling violations against children. These words testify to deep distress and a call for immediate action. In eastern DRC, a blitz offensive led by the armed group M23 and its Rwandan allies has disrupted life in strategic cities such as Goma and Bukavu. Thousands of schools remain closed, and many children are separated from their families. UNICEF denounces an upsurge in mass recruitment campaigns, placing these young people at great risk in a conflict that has lasted for decades. In the face of this catastrophic situation, UNICEF is intensifying its efforts. Of the 200 children identified, 720 have already been reunited with their families. Initiatives are multiplying to offer protection and support to unaccompanied children. Parties to the conflict must comply with the Convention on the Rights of the Child and the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child in order to end this cycle of violence. The takeover of Goma and Bukavu by M23 and its allies marks a new phase in this conflict. The UN Chief of Peace Operations, Jean-Pierre Lacroix, will soon make a tour of the DRC from Kinshasa to Beni to conclude his itinerary in Entebbe, Uganda, to meet with the authorities and peacekeeping forces. These meetings are aimed at establishing an urgent dialogue to protect civilians and restore security in this conflict-torn region. More than 56,000 refugees, mostly women and children, have taken refuge in Burundi, with forecasts of an influx of up to 258,000 in neighboring countries. In Goma, nearly 3/4 of displaced households live with insufficient food consumption. Going from 13 in December 2024 to 70 in February 2025. Throughout the DRC, more than 25,000 people are food insecure. The Congolese government and the humanitarian community will launch the Humanitarian Response Plan 2025, a key initiative to address the emergency on the ground. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is at a critical rupture. Continuing violence, particularly against children, calls for immediate and coordinated action by the international community. At Jeune Mali, we believe that information is the first step towards action. It is our duty to raise awareness and support efforts to protect the most vulnerable. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to share this analysis and subscribe to stay informed of the developments of this major crisis.